Greetings, dear friends. Wesak blessings on all of us, all around the world. We come together in our circle, continuing the rhythm of the creative lab work, meeting monthly to call the souls of our nations to awaken. I welcome you on behalf of the Hechal Group from Jerusalem and Klangschale Group from Germany, as well as the 2025 Initiative Coordination Group. Thank you for joining us at this very special time of the Wesak Festival 2025. Over to you, Uta.
Thank you. Hello, friends. Yeah, it's really a very, very special time. Welcome to our Wesak session. And today we will have a different format, like probably many of us with our regular service activities. We align them within this orbit of the Wesak. We align them to the ongoing centennial conclave in the hierarchical clan, as it now is being set out for the next 100 years. So here in the Nations Lab, we will do that too. And we will focus on that part of the emerging plan which relates to our work, which is the work with collectives. Psychosynthesis on the national and the international level. The work towards the manifestation of unity of nations. As we open to the future, let us make space in our consciousness for the possibility of completely new forms. Not only the small incremental changes that we are used to, that we are accompanying, holding space for them, but opening our consciousness to something that we cannot at the moment imagine. In 100 years from now, who knows? We may not even have nations anymore. Who knows? So let us keep our national identity lightly. After all, we as souls are not bound and not defined by national identity. And actually, many of us have a deep relationship also with other nations, not only the one that we were born in. We may feel karmic relationships to nations from previous incarnations, and we may have special service duties to one or even more specific collectives during this lifetime. And let us also practice the same freedom in relation to the United Nations, which is our main focus in these present months. Our commitment is to the work towards unity of nations, unity on the level of nations, international psychosynthesis. But what form this may actually take, we do not know. And it may be totally different in 100 years from what the United Nations at the moment is in its outer form. So let us hold our consciousness open for possibilities, for the possibility that hierarchy may take a completely new approach towards manifesting unity of nations. I think what's the main important thing for us is to develop sensitivity to hierarchy and to get used to flow with them, to be flexible in ourselves. So in the meditation now, in our council chamber, we will of course step into our function of the one planetary server, the ajna center of the planet. And as such, we will align like we have practiced for so long now. We're aligning with the heart center of the planet, with the hierarchy, and using our antennas to enter into deep communion and suspending all previous thought and expectation. We will have in the coming weeks, we will have the opportunity to try to make sense of our impressions, but now it is really opening as widely as we can, penetrating into the rain cloud of knowable things of the ongoing hierarchical conclave, so that we may be freshly inspired for our work with collectives. So in this meditation, it will be a little bit of a different format, and we will give much time for reflection, and we will do it in 3 steps. First, in a general way, for general understandings of our work, the work with collectives. And then shifting our focus to a future UN. And as a 3rd step, we will each give some time to our own nation, either the nation by birth or by choice. And then, instead of sharing our impressions like we usually do, this time we will retain them in the silence, so they can ripen until our next session in Gemini, which will be dedicated to this, to sharing them. And we would like to suggest keeping a spiritual diary in this very, very important time now, over this peak period, so that we may safely collect these precious seeds of the future. Yeah, can be also an exercise of what DK calls the reticence of the hierarchy, which is like discipline to retain a seed until the right time. And maybe also this reticence could be an incentive for us towards developing telepathy, learning to commune beyond words. I think this is now something that is occupying many of us, how to do this, how to get there, to open to that. Okay, so this time after the meditation, we will leave the council chamber and the Zoom call in silence and hold the intuited new substance of hierarchical intent over the next month in our telepathic field, in creative gestative suspense. And we are all looking forward to share the impressions next month in the Gemini session. Okay. So let us settle inwards. Breathing into the deep stillness of Wesak. Grounded in our body. And standing calm and clear. In the love and the freedom as the soul. And let now all smaller concerns and details fade from our consciousness and be fully available for the partnership with hierarchy. Let us, in imagination, be drawn to our beautiful building set in the silence of nature. Our council chamber of elders in training, which we refine and substantiate month after month. Our safe, interdimensional workspace of high vibration. Entering now the quiet and clear and spacious chamber. Sensing the atmosphere in the chamber, the geometrical harmony. Taking our places in geometric order. And imagining among us delegates from all continents, from all nations. Taking a look around at the faces. Purity of motive radiates from them. We have different outer appearances, yet the same wisdom shines through our eyes. Let us become aware of this special togetherness and savor for a moment being in the presence of planetary elders in training, in a space where the oneness of humanity has become a reality. And realizing that our shared integrity may be a safe space for the affairs of the family of nations in partnership with hierarchy. Let a focused silence settle in the chamber now. Our hearts tuned to the flame in the center of the chamber, the flame of the group love, our shared will to love. And our minds synchronized in the calm, clear, lighted space of the council chamber. Telepathic field, and it vibrates to the rate of the ajna center of the planet. And through this vibration, we are linked with our fellow elders in training in all nations. Telepathic link, telepathic communion. Being aware of four great Deva beings helping us to hold this shared lighted space, holding it stable, one at each direction, at the north, south, east, and west. As an outer focal point, an ashramic outpost. Let us now enter into receptivity to hierarchy, to our co-workers on high, to the concentrated intent of them at this time of the centennial conclave. Tuning into this potent force field of concentrated ashramic attention. perhaps getting a glimpse of their process of laying the groundwork for humanity's development until the year 2125. Let us now take a couple of minutes to focus in on that part of the ashramic intent which relates to the work with collectives. Let's open ourselves to receive ashramic inspiration for our work, our specific work with collectives. Now, let us turn our attention, our group consciousness, towards a vision of a United Nations of the future, towards a soul-guided space and perhaps mechanism for the unification of the family of nations, which will be for the highest good of all. The unification of the family of nations. And now, the last observation. Let us gently focus in now on our own nation, by birth or by choice. Becoming receptive to that part of the emerging divine plan, which relates to our nation, opening to a glimpse of what may eventuate for this nation during the next 100 years. Okay. Let us take another moment to collect the fiery sparks we may have received, collecting them into the silence of our heart. and releasing gently the mental effort, bringing our awareness back into the council chamber, being this focus point in the outer world, the outer partners of hierarchy, the outer workforce, and just resting for another moment in each other's presence. In appreciation and gratitude for what we have built, for where we have arrived, who we are today. Radiance we are, and power. We stand forever with our hands stretched out, linking the heavens and the earth, the inner world of meaning and the outer world of form. We reach into the light and bring it down to meet the need. We reach into the silent place and bring from thence the gift of understanding. Thus, with the light we work and turn the darkness into day. Thank you, friends, and see you in Gemini.